The Power of Not Reacting, How to Control Your Emotions, written and published by Echoes of Empowerment. Introduction. Think about how much easier life would be if you could keep your cool under pressure. Imagine standing on the edge of a cliff, the wind whipping around you, your heart racing as emotions surge within. What if I told you that in that very moment you possess the power to choose how you respond? In a world that constantly pulls us in every direction, the ability to control our emotions is not just a skill, it's a superpower. Envision yourself navigating the challenges of daily life with unwavering calmness, facing conflicts without losing your composure, and responding to setbacks with grace instead of frustration. Welcome to this journey, where we'll uncover the secrets to mastering your emotional landscape. Together, we'll explore transformative strategies that will empower you to not just react, but to respond with intention. Are you ready to unlock your potential and take charge of your emotional journey? Let's dive in. Chapter 1. Understand the nature of emotions. Emotions are complex responses to internal and external stimuli, shaped by our experiences, beliefs, and perceptions. They act as vital signals that guide us through life, influencing our decisions and interactions. Understanding the nature of emotions is crucial for emotional control. Recognizing that emotions are temporary and fluid is foundational. Just as the weather changes, so do our emotional states. For instance, feelings of anger may rise in response to injustice, but can dissipate when we pause and reassess. Similarly, sadness can be overwhelming at times, yet lift as we engage in joyful activities. This impermanence empowers us to choose our responses rather than react impulsively. Our emotions are also deeply influenced by our past experiences and beliefs. A person who has faced rejection may respond more sensitively to criticism compared to someone with a stronger sense of self-worth. By examining our emotional patterns, we can identify those that no longer serve us, allowing for conscious choices in how we engage with our feelings. Understanding the nature of emotions means embracing the complexity of being human. By cultivating awareness of our emotional states, we lay the groundwork for resilience and control, enabling us to navigate life's challenges with intention and grace. Chapter 2. Reflect before reacting. In our fast-paced world, the impulse to react can often overshadow the wisdom of reflection. When faced with emotional triggers, such as a heated conversation or an unexpected challenge, our instinct may be to respond immediately, often driven by emotion rather than thought. However, taking a moment to reflect before reacting can dramatically alter the outcome of any situation. This brief pause allows us to assess the emotions we are experiencing, understand their origins, and evaluate the context of the situation. For example, if someone criticizes your work, your first reaction might be defensiveness or anger. But by pausing to reflect, you can consider whether their feedback might contain valuable insights. This shift in perspective can lead to a more constructive and composed response. Reflecting before reacting also helps to break the cycle of automatic behaviors that can lead to misunderstandings and conflicts. By consciously choosing to reflect, we create space to consider our values and the impact of our words and actions. This mindfulness fosters healthier interactions and allows us to communicate more effectively, ultimately leading to more meaningful connections. You can cultivate this reflective approach by incorporating simple techniques into your daily routine. Deep breathing, counting to 10, or even stepping away from a heated situation can provide the necessary pause to gather your thoughts. This habit of reflection empowers you to respond with intention, transforming emotional reactions into thoughtful actions. By prioritizing reflection over reaction, we not only gain greater control over our emotions, but also enhance our overall emotional intelligence. This practice enables us to approach life's challenges with a sense of calm and clarity, ultimately leading to healthier relationships and a more balanced emotional state. Chapter 3. Recognizing the physiological response. Every emotion we experience comes with a corresponding physiological response in our bodies. This connection between mind and body is essential for understanding how emotions influence our overall well-being. When we feel a strong emotion, such as fear or excitement, our bodies react with noticeable changes. Heart rate increases, muscles tense, and breathing patterns alter. These physical responses serve as valuable signals, providing insight into our emotional state. Being able to recognize these physiological cues is crucial for emotional regulation. For example, when you feel your heart racing during a stressful situation, this is an indicator that your body is in a heightened state of alert. Acknowledging this response allows you to pause and assess the emotion at hand rather than react impulsively. By paying attention to your body's signals, you can gain deeper insights into your feelings and choose how to respond effectively. Understanding these physiological responses can help you develop strategies to manage your emotions more effectively. Techniques such as deep breathing, progressive muscle relaxation, and mindfulness can counteract the physical symptoms of strong emotions. When you consciously engage in these practices, you send signals to your brain that it's time to relax, helping to create a sense of calm amid chaos. Recognizing the physiological response also involves developing self-awareness about your emotional triggers. By identifying patterns in your body's reactions, such as increased tension in your shoulders when stressed, you can begin to anticipate your emotional responses and take proactive measures to address them. This awareness can transform your emotional landscape, allowing you to approach situations with greater composure. Recognizing and understanding the physiological responses associated with our emotions empowers us to take control. By tuning into our bodies, we can bridge the gap between emotion and action, leading to more intentional responses and fostering a greater sense of emotional well-being. Chapter 4. Embrace the power of silence. In a world saturated with noise and constant stimulation, the power of silence is often overlooked. However, embracing silence can be a transformative practice for emotional regulation and clarity. When we encounter challenging situations or overwhelming emotions, the instinct might be to fill the silence with words or reactions. Yet, it is in these moments of quiet that we can find profound insight and understanding. Silence allows us to step back from the chaos and engage in self-reflection. Instead of reacting impulsively, taking a moment to breathe and collect our thoughts can help us process our emotions more effectively. For instance, when faced with conflict, pausing to embrace the silence can prevent escalation and provide a space for deeper understanding. This moment allows us to consider the perspectives of others and respond with empathy rather than defensiveness. Moreover, silence fosters mindfulness, enabling us to connect with our inner selves. By tuning out external distractions, we can listen to our thoughts and feelings without judgment. This practice cultivates self-awareness, allowing us to understand the roots of our emotions and how they influence our behavior. Regularly incorporating moments of silence into our daily routine can enhance our emotional resilience and clarity. You can create intentional moments of silence throughout your day. This might mean setting aside time for meditation, enjoying a quiet walk in nature, or simply sitting in stillness for a few moments. These practices not only promote calmness, but also enable us to access our inner wisdom, guiding us toward more thoughtful responses. Embracing the power of silence is not about avoiding confrontation or suppressing emotions. Rather, It is about harnessing stillness as a tool for emotional mastery. By recognizing the value of silence, we create space for reflection, connection, and thoughtful action, ultimately enhancing our emotional well-being. Chapter 5. Practice Dispassion. Dispassion, the ability to observe our emotions without becoming entangled in them, is a powerful skill in emotional regulation. It involves stepping back from our feelings and viewing them with a sense of detachment. This doesn't mean suppressing or ignoring our emotions. Rather, it's about cultivating an awareness that allows us to respond thoughtfully rather than react impulsively. When we practice dispassion, we create a mental distance that enables us to assess our emotions objectively. For example, if you find yourself feeling overwhelmed by anger in a conflict, dispassion allows you to recognize that anger as a temporary state. Instead of letting it dictate your actions, you can choose to pause and reflect on the situation. This perspective shift can lead to more constructive communication and problem-solving. Developing dispassion also helps us break free from the cycle of negative emotional reactions. When we identify with our emotions, we may feel as though we are at their mercy, reacting automatically to situations. By practicing dispassion, we can observe our emotions as they arise, recognizing them as transient experiences rather than defining aspects of our identity. This awareness empowers us to navigate challenges with greater composure. One effective way to cultivate dispassion is through mindfulness practices. Techniques such as meditation, deep breathing, and mindful observation train our minds to acknowledge our emotions without judgment. Over time, these practices help us develop the skill of observing our emotional responses from a distance, allowing for a more balanced approach to life's challenges. Dispassion encourages self-compassion. When we detach from our emotions, we can approach ourselves with kindness and understanding. Instead of harshly criticizing ourselves for feeling a certain way, we can acknowledge our humanity and the natural ebb and flow of emotions. This compassion fosters resilience and promotes healthier emotional responses. Practicing dispassion empowers us to take control of our emotional lives. By cultivating this skill, we can respond to life's ups and downs with greater clarity, grace, and intentionality, transforming our emotional experiences into opportunities for growth. Chapter 6. Limit your exposure. In our fast-paced, hyper-connected world, we are constantly bombarded by information and stimuli that can profoundly impact our emotional state. To maintain emotional control and well-being, it is crucial to recognize the situations and environments that trigger negative emotions. Identifying these influences is the first step in cultivating a healthier emotional landscape. Negative influences can manifest in various forms, be it specific people, news stories, social media feeds, or certain environments. For example, interactions with negative or toxic individuals can drain our energy and lead to feelings of frustration, anxiety, or even anger. These relationships can create a cycle of negativity that affects our mental health and emotional well-being. Similarly, consuming distressing news or engaging with inflammatory social media content can evoke feelings of helplessness and despair. Over time, these repeated exposures can chip away at our emotional resilience, making it increasingly difficult to maintain a positive outlook on life. To safeguard our emotional health, setting clear boundaries is essential. This might mean limiting the amount of time we spend with negative influences, or in some cases, completely cutting ties with individuals who consistently bring us down. It's essential to prioritize our emotional well-being and make conscious choices about who and what we allow into our lives. This doesn't mean we should avoid difficult conversations or ignore problems. Rather, it means we should be intentional about our emotional environment and recognize when certain interactions are detrimental to our mental health. In addition to interpersonal relationships, the media we consume plays a significant role in shaping our emotions. News outlets often focus on sensational stories that evoke strong emotional reactions, which can leave us feeling overwhelmed and anxious. To combat this, consider curating your media consumption. Choose to engage with news sources that provide balanced perspectives and offer constructive insights, rather than merely sensationalizing events. Social media can be particularly insidious in its potential to create negative emotions. The curated lives of others can lead to unhealthy comparisons and feelings of inadequacy. It's vital to take stock of the accounts you follow and the content you consume. If certain profiles consistently evoke feelings of jealousy or inadequacy, consider unfollowing or muting them. Instead, seek out accounts that inspire, uplift, and provide a sense of community. Surrounding yourself with positivity online can significantly influence your emotional state. Beyond managing relationships and media consumption, it's equally important to cultivate an environment that fosters positivity and emotional well-being. This can involve surrounding yourself with supportive individuals who encourage your growth and happiness. Engage with friends and family who uplift you, challenge you to think positively, and offer constructive feedback. The energy of those around us can greatly affect our emotional health. Thus, seeking out individuals who radiate positivity can create a nurturing atmosphere that promotes emotional resilience. Consider the physical environment you inhabit. A cluttered or chaotic space can lead to feelings of stress and overwhelm. Take the time to create a calming, organized, and aesthetically pleasing environment that promotes relaxation and clarity. Simple changes like decluttering your living space, adding plants, or incorporating soothing colors can significantly enhance your emotional well-being. Limiting exposure to toxic influences is a crucial aspect of maintaining emotional control. By being mindful of the people we interact with, the media we consume, and the environments we inhabit, we can cultivate a more positive emotional landscape. Surround yourself with uplifting influences and create spaces that nurture your emotional health. This intentional approach not only helps you manage your emotions more effectively, but also empowers you to thrive in a world that often seeks to overwhelm us. Chapter 7. Respond with calmness and composure. In moments of emotional upheaval, our instinctive reactions can often lead to regrettable consequences. When faced with challenging situations, the ability to respond with calmness and composure is not just beneficial, it is essential for maintaining emotional control and fostering healthy relationships. Learning to approach difficult interactions with a clear mind and a steady heart can significantly alter the outcomes of our exchanges and the quality of our emotional experiences. Maintaining a sense of calm during stressful situations allows us to think more clearly and make informed decisions. When emotions run high, our brain's fight-or-flight response can cloud our judgment, leading us to react impulsively rather than thoughtfully. By prioritizing calmness, we give ourselves the opportunity to step back, assess the situation, and respond with intention rather than reactivity. One effective way to cultivate a sense of calm is through deep breathing. When we feel overwhelmed, our breath often becomes shallow and rapid, signaling our bodies to enter a state of stress. By consciously slowing our breath and taking deep, measured inhales and exhales, we can signal our bodies to relax. This practice not only calms the mind, but also helps restore clarity, allowing us to respond rather than react. In addition to deep breathing, it can be helpful to use techniques that ground us in the present moment. For instance, one might take a brief pause to acknowledge their surroundings, and identify 5 things they can see, 4 things they can touch, 3 things they can hear, 2 things they can smell, and 1 thing they can taste. This approach shifts the focus away from anxiety-inducing thoughts, helping to create a sense of calm. When emotions run high, it is easy to become defensive and focus on formulating our responses rather than genuinely understanding the other person's perspective. Engaging in active listening is vital in these situations. By fully concentrating on the speaker, maintaining eye contact, and reflecting on their words without interruption, we create a more constructive dialogue and diffuse potential tension. Additionally, asking open-ended questions can encourage further discussion and understanding, fostering an atmosphere of collaboration rather than conflict. Empathy also plays a crucial role in how we respond. When faced with conflict, trying to view the situation from the other person's perspective can help. Acknowledging their feelings, even if you disagree, can diffuse hostility and promote a more peaceful exchange. For instance, if a friend expresses disappointment in your actions, rather than getting defensive, you might say, "I can see why you feel that way. It was not my intention to upset you." This acknowledgement helps create an atmosphere of trust and openness. The language we choose in tense situations significantly affects our interactions. Using words that reflect calmness and understanding can transform a heated exchange into a constructive conversation. Instead of using accusatory language that can escalate conflict, aim for statements that express your feelings without placing blame. For example, saying, "I felt hurt when," instead of, "You always make me feel," can lead to more productive discussions. Creating a supportive environment for discussions is also crucial. If possible, address conflicts in a setting that feels safe and calming. Avoid crowded or chaotic places that may heighten stress levels. Instead, seek out quiet, neutral spaces where both parties can feel at ease. A serene atmosphere can facilitate more open and honest communication. Practicing self-compassion as you navigate emotionally charged situations is vital. Recognize that feeling emotions deeply is a natural part of being human. Instead of being critical of yourself for experiencing those feelings, approach them with kindness. Remind yourself that everyone struggles with their emotions at times, and learning to respond with calmness is a skill that takes practice. The ability to respond with calmness and composure is essential for emotional control. By employing techniques such as deep breathing, grounding exercises, active listening, and empathetic communication, we can navigate life's challenges with grace. Remember that responding thoughtfully, instead of reacting impulsively, not only enhances our emotional resilience, but also fosters healthier relationships. As you practice these strategies, you will find that responding with calmness becomes more natural, empowering you to face any situation with confidence and clarity. Chapter 8. Creating a pause button. In our emotionally charged world, the ability to create a mental pause button is a powerful tool for emotional regulation. Often, we find ourselves swept up in the heat of the moment, reacting impulsively to situations without taking the time to consider our responses. This instinctive reaction can lead to misunderstandings, hurt feelings, and regrettable actions. Learning to pause before reacting allows us to regain control over our emotions and respond in a manner that is thoughtful and constructive. The first step in creating this pause button is to cultivate awareness of your emotional triggers. By recognizing the situations that elicit strong reactions, be it stress from work, disagreements with loved ones, or even provocative comments on social media, you can prepare yourself to activate your pause button when those triggers arise. Awareness is crucial. It serves as a signal that alerts you to the need for a pause. Once you are mindful of your emotional responses, you can begin to practice techniques that facilitate this pause. One effective method is to incorporate deep breathing into your routine. Deep breathing exercises can be a powerful anchor in moments of emotional turmoil. When you find yourself feeling overwhelmed, take a step back and focus on your breath. Inhale deeply through your nose, allowing your abdomen to expand fully, and then exhale slowly through your mouth. This practice not only calms your nervous system, but also gives you the space to regain control of your emotions. By intentionally slowing your breath, you signal to your body that it's time to relax, creating a moment of pause before reacting. Another technique to create that pause is to establish a physical cue for yourself. This could be as simple as putting your hand over your heart, or taking a moment to place your hands on your hips. These physical gestures can serve as reminders to pause and reflect. When you feel your emotions rising, utilizing a physical cue can help interrupt the automatic cycle of reactivity. You might also consider implementing a specific phrase or mantra that encourages you to pause. For example, silently repeating, "This is my moment to choose," can help ground you and remind you of the power you hold over your responses. Mindfulness practices can also enhance your ability to pause. Engaging in regular mindfulness meditation can train your mind to be present and aware of your thoughts and feelings without immediate judgment or reaction. When you cultivate mindfulness as a daily practice, it becomes easier to recognize emotional triggers as they arise. In these moments, you'll find it simpler to press your mental pause button instead of reacting on impulse. Techniques such as guided imagery, progressive muscle relaxation, or mindful walking can all contribute to developing a greater sense of self-awareness and control. In situations where you find it difficult to pause, consider creating a physical barrier to allow yourself more time to think. If a conversation is becoming heated, excuse yourself politely and take a short walk. This physical distance can provide the necessary space to collect your thoughts and emotions, reducing the likelihood of an impulsive reaction. Similarly, in written communication, like emails or text messages, give yourself a set time, say 30 minutes, to compose your response. This delay allows for reflection, helping you approach the situation with a clearer mindset. It's important to remember that creating a pause is not about suppressing emotions. Rather, it is about acknowledging them without letting them dictate your actions. Emotions are valid and deserve to be felt. However, they should not control how we respond to others. By learning to pause, you create the opportunity to choose a response that aligns with your values and intentions, rather than a reaction that stems from impulsivity or emotional overwhelm. Cultivating patience is an integral aspect of the pause button. Often we may feel pressure to respond immediately, especially in fast-paced environments. Recognize that taking a moment to pause is not a sign of weakness. It's an indication of strength and maturity. It shows that you are committed to handling the situation thoughtfully, and it encourages a more respectful and considerate interaction. When you practice patience, you model this behavior for others, fostering a culture of thoughtful communication and emotional awareness. As you begin to integrate these practices into your life, remember that developing the ability to pause is a skill that takes time and effort. Be patient with yourself during this process. Acknowledge that setbacks are part of the journey. Celebrate the small victories along the way as you become more adept at pressing that mental pause button. Creating a pause button in your emotional responses is a transformative practice that empowers you to take control of your reactions. By cultivating awareness of triggers, utilizing deep breathing, establishing physical cues, engaging in mindfulness, and practicing patience, you equip yourself with the tools to respond thoughtfully rather than react impulsively. Embracing this pause not only enhances your emotional resilience, but also enriches your interactions and relationships, leading to a more fulfilling and harmonious life. Chapter 9. Mindfulness in Everyday Life. Mindfulness is more than just a practice. It is a way of living that encourages us to be present in each moment. In a world that constantly demands our attention and pulls us in multiple directions, mindfulness offers a sanctuary of clarity and calm. By incorporating mindfulness into our daily routines, we can cultivate greater emotional awareness, reduce stress, and enhance our overall well-being. To begin, it's essential to understand what mindfulness truly means. At its core, mindfulness is the practice of paying deliberate attention to our thoughts, feelings, bodily sensations, and the surrounding environment without judgment. It invites us to observe our experiences as they unfold, fostering an attitude of curiosity and acceptance. This shift in perspective allows us to engage more fully with life, breaking free from the autopilot mode in which many of us operate. One of the most effective ways to incorporate mindfulness into everyday life is through intentional breathing. Deep, conscious breathing serves as an anchor, grounding us in the present moment. Whether you are sitting at your desk, walking in nature, or preparing a meal, taking a few moments to focus on your breath can significantly enhance your mindfulness practice. Try inhaling deeply through your nose, holding the breath for a moment, and exhaling slowly through your mouth. With each breath, allow yourself to release tension and bring your awareness back to the present. Mindfulness can also be woven into routine activities. For instance, when eating, take the time to truly savor your food. Notice the flavors, textures, and aromas. Chew slowly and appreciate each bite. This practice not only enhances your relationship with food, but also encourages a deeper appreciation for the nourishment it provides. Similarly, during daily chores, such as washing dishes or folding laundry, focus on the sensations of water, the warmth of fabric, or the rhythm of your movements. Engaging fully in these activities transforms mundane tasks into opportunities for mindfulness. Another effective way to cultivate mindfulness is through mindful walking. Whether you're strolling through a park or simply moving from one room to another, practice being aware of each step. Feel the ground beneath your feet, notice the movement of your body, and observe your surroundings. Pay attention to the sounds, sights, and smells that fill the air. This simple practice not only promotes physical health, but also nurtures mental clarity and emotional stability. In our digital age, mindfulness can also be applied to our technology use. Consider setting boundaries around your screen time. Designate specific periods for checking emails, scrolling through social media, or watching television. During these times, practice being fully present with the content you consume. Avoid mindlessly scrolling. Instead, engage with intention. Reflect on how certain media affects your emotions and well-being. This conscious approach to technology can help mitigate feelings of anxiety and overwhelm, allowing you to reclaim control over your time and attention. Incorporating mindfulness into your daily life also involves cultivating self-compassion. Be gentle with yourself as you navigate your thoughts and feelings. Recognize that it's natural to experience a range of emotions and practice treating yourself with the same kindness you would offer a friend. When you find yourself caught in a cycle of self-criticism, take a moment to breathe and remind yourself that everyone makes mistakes. Embracing self-compassion enhances your ability to remain mindful and centered, even during challenging moments. Mindfulness can also enhance your interactions with others. When engaging in conversations, practice active listening by giving your full attention to the speaker. Resist the urge to interrupt or formulate your response while they are talking. Instead, Focus on truly understanding their perspective. This not only deepens your connections, but also fosters an environment of respect and openness. When we engage mindfully with others, we create space for empathy and understanding, reducing the likelihood of misunderstandings and conflicts. In times of stress or emotional upheaval, mindfulness can serve as a powerful tool for self-regulation. When faced with overwhelming emotions, pause and take a moment to breathe. Allow yourself to feel the emotion without judgment. Observe it as if you were an impartial observer. This practice of non-attachment helps prevent you from being swept away by the intensity of the moment, allowing you to respond with clarity and composure. Mindfulness doesn't have to be a lengthy or time-consuming practice. Incorporating brief moments of mindfulness throughout your day can yield significant benefits. Whether it's taking a minute to stretch, practicing gratitude by acknowledging 3 things you appreciate, or simply pausing to enjoy a warm cup of tea, these small moments can enhance your overall sense of well-being. Mindfulness is a powerful practice that can be seamlessly integrated into everyday life. By cultivating awareness of your thoughts, feelings, and surroundings, you empower yourself to navigate life's challenges with greater ease. Through intentional breathing, mindful eating, and engaging fully in daily activities, you can foster emotional resilience and enhance your overall quality of life. Remember, mindfulness is a journey, not a destination. Embrace each moment as an opportunity to practice presence and cultivate a deeper connection with yourself and the world around you. Chapter 10. Developing self-awareness skills. Self-awareness is the cornerstone of emotional intelligence and personal growth. It is the ability to recognize and understand your own thoughts, emotions, and behaviors, and how they impact yourself and those around you. By developing self-awareness skills, you empower yourself to respond thoughtfully to life's challenges rather than react impulsively. This chapter explores practical strategies for enhancing self-awareness, which can lead to deeper insights into your emotional patterns and a greater sense of control over your reactions. To begin, it's essential to cultivate the habit of reflection. Taking time to reflect on your daily experiences, interactions, and emotional responses allows you to identify patterns in your behavior and thinking. Keeping a journal can be an effective tool for this practice. Set aside a few minutes each day to write about your thoughts and feelings. Ask yourself questions such as, "What triggered my emotions today?" or "How did I respond to challenges?" Over time, this habit will help you gain insights into your emotional landscape and recognize areas for growth. Mindfulness practices also play a significant role in enhancing self-awareness. By engaging in mindfulness meditation or other mindfulness exercises, you can learn to observe your thoughts and emotions without judgment. This practice cultivates a sense of detachment, allowing you to recognize your feelings as temporary experiences rather than permanent states. As you become more attuned to your emotional responses, you'll find it easier to identify when your emotions are driving your reactions, providing an opportunity to pause and respond with intention. Another powerful tool for developing self-awareness is seeking feedback from others. Engaging in open and honest conversations with trusted friends, family members, or colleagues can provide valuable insights into how your behavior affects those around you. Ask for constructive feedback on specific situations and be open to hearing different perspectives. While it can be challenging to receive criticism, remember that it's an opportunity for growth. Embrace the feedback as a means to understand how you're perceived and how you can improve your interactions and emotional responses. In addition to seeking external feedback, practicing self-compassion is vital for developing self-awareness. Often, we can be our own harshest critics, which can cloud our understanding of ourselves. Approach your thoughts and feelings with kindness and understanding. Acknowledge that everyone has flaws and makes mistakes, and remind yourself that these experiences are part of the human journey. By treating yourself with compassion, you create a safe space for self-reflection and growth, allowing you to explore your emotions without judgment. Regularly engaging in self-assessment can also enhance your self-awareness. Consider taking personality assessments or emotional intelligence quizzes to gain insights into your strengths and areas for development. These assessments can provide a framework for understanding your behaviors and preferences, guiding you toward greater self-discovery. While such tools are not definitive, they can offer valuable perspectives and facilitate discussions about your emotional tendencies and interpersonal dynamics. Another effective strategy for developing self-awareness is to observe your body's physical reactions during emotional experiences. Emotions often manifest physically, whether through tension in your shoulders, a racing heart, or a sinking feeling in your stomach. By tuning into these physical sensations, you can recognize when emotions are surfacing, providing an opportunity to pause and assess your feelings before reacting. This practice reinforces the connection between your body and mind, enhancing your overall awareness of emotional states. Setting intentions is also a powerful way to cultivate self-awareness. At the beginning of each day, take a moment to reflect on your goals and intentions for the day ahead. Consider how you want to show up in your interactions and what emotional states you want to cultivate. By setting clear intentions, you create a roadmap for your behavior and responses, helping you remain aligned with your values and fostering greater self-awareness as you navigate daily challenges. Practice gratitude as a means of enhancing self-awareness. Reflecting on the things you appreciate in your life fosters a positive mindset and encourages a deeper connection to your emotions. Take time each day to acknowledge 3 things you are grateful for, whether big or small. This practice helps you focus on the positive aspects of your life, promoting emotional well-being and increasing your awareness of the factors that contribute to your happiness. Developing self-awareness skills is a transformative journey that empowers you to understand your emotions, thoughts, and behaviors more deeply. Through reflection, mindfulness practices, seeking feedback, self-compassion, and setting intentions, you can cultivate a heightened sense of awareness that enhances your emotional resilience. As you embark on this journey, remember that self-awareness is a lifelong process, one that requires patience and commitment. Embrace the journey of self-discovery, and you will find that your ability to navigate life's challenges with grace and intention grows stronger each day. Chapter 11. Reframing Negative Thoughts. Reframing negative thoughts is a powerful cognitive skill that can significantly enhance our emotional well-being. It involves shifting our perspective on challenging situations, allowing us to view them in a more constructive light. By learning to reframe our thoughts, we can transform feelings of anxiety, self-doubt, and frustration into opportunities for growth, resilience, and empowerment. This chapter explores the art of reframing negative thoughts and provides practical strategies for incorporating this technique into daily life. At its core, reframing is about recognizing the narrative we tell ourselves and changing that narrative to serve us better. Our thoughts are influenced by our beliefs, experiences, and perceptions, which can lead to a cycle of negative thinking. For instance, when faced with a setback at work, you might think, "I always fail at everything," which can lead to feelings of inadequacy and hopelessness. This type of thinking not only affects your mood, but can also inhibit your ability to take constructive action. The first step in reframing negative thoughts is to cultivate awareness of your thought patterns. Start by paying attention to the thoughts that arise during challenging situations. Keep a thought journal where you can jot down negative thoughts as they come up. This practice encourages you to identify recurring themes in your thinking. Once you are aware of these patterns, you can begin to challenge them. When you encounter a negative thought, ask yourself several key questions. Is this thought based on facts or assumptions? Often, negative thoughts are rooted in assumptions rather than objective reality. Distinguishing between fact and assumption can provide clarity. What evidence do I have to support this thought? Consider whether there is concrete evidence to back up your negative belief. If not, it may be time to let go of that thought. How would I advise a friend in a similar situation? By stepping outside of yourself and considering how you would respond to a friend's negative self-talk, you can gain a more balanced perspective. This exercise fosters compassion and can help you develop a more positive narrative. Once you have examined the validity of your negative thoughts, work on reframing them into more positive, constructive statements. For instance, instead of thinking, "I always fail at everything," reframe it to, "I faced a setback, but I can learn from this experience and improve in the future." This shift not only acknowledges the challenge, but also emphasizes your capacity for growth and resilience. Another effective technique for reframing negative thoughts is to practice gratitude. Focusing on the positive aspects of your life can counteract negative thinking and foster a more optimistic outlook. Consider keeping a gratitude journal where you write down 3 things you are grateful for each day. This practice shifts your focus from what is going wrong to what is going right, helping to rewire your brain to recognize positivity in your life. Visualizing positive outcomes can also aid in reframing negative thoughts. When you find yourself stuck in a cycle of negativity, take a moment to close your eyes and imagine a positive resolution to the situation at hand. Picture yourself overcoming the challenge and experiencing success. Visualization activates your subconscious mind and can reinforce your belief in your ability to navigate obstacles. Engaging in positive self-talk is another vital component of reframing. Challenge the inner critic that often accompanies negative thoughts. Replace critical or harsh language with kind and encouraging words. For example, instead of saying, "I can't believe I messed that up," try reframing it as, "I did my best and I can learn from this experience." This shift in language can profoundly impact your self-esteem and emotional resilience. Surrounding yourself with positive influences can also support your reframing efforts. Engage with people who uplift you and encourage positive thinking. Their support and perspective can help you view situations more favorably and remind you of your strengths. Additionally, consuming positive media, such as motivational podcasts, uplifting books, or inspiring videos, can reinforce a positive mindset and provide tools for reframing. Remember that reframing is not about denying or suppressing negative emotions. It is entirely normal and human to experience feelings of sadness, anger, or frustration. Instead, reframing encourages you to acknowledge these emotions while also seeking to view the situation from a more constructive angle. By allowing yourself to feel your emotions and then consciously choosing to reframe your thoughts, you create a healthier emotional landscape. Reframing negative thoughts is a powerful skill that can significantly enhance your emotional resilience and overall well-being. By cultivating awareness of your thought patterns, challenging negative beliefs, and replacing them with more constructive narratives, you empower yourself to navigate life's challenges with a positive mindset. As you practice reframing, you will find that your ability to approach difficulties with optimism and determination grows stronger, allowing you to transform setbacks into stepping stones for personal growth and success. Chapter 12. Practicing empathy and compassion. Empathy and compassion are essential components of emotional intelligence that not only enrich our relationships with others, but also enhance our own emotional well-being. By cultivating these qualities, we can foster deeper connections, create supportive environments, and respond to life's challenges with greater understanding and kindness. This chapter explores the importance of empathy and compassion, practical strategies for developing these skills, and the profound impact they can have on our emotional lives. At its core, empathy is the ability to understand and share the feelings of another person. It involves putting ourselves in someone else's shoes and experiencing their emotions from their perspective. Compassion goes a step further. It combines empathy with a desire to alleviate suffering and support those in need. Both qualities are vital for building meaningful relationships and creating a sense of community. One of the first steps in practicing empathy is to cultivate active listening skills. When engaging in conversations, it is essential to be fully present and attentive to the speaker. This means eliminating distractions, such as checking your phone or thinking about your response while they are talking, and focusing entirely on what they are saying. Maintain eye contact, nod to show understanding, and use verbal affirmations like "I see" or "I understand" to encourage the speaker. This not only makes the other person feel valued, but also allows you to grasp the depth of their emotions. As you listen, try to observe not just the words, but also the non-verbal cues such as body language and facial expressions. These cues often provide valuable insights into a person's emotional state. For example, a furrowed brow or crossed arms may indicate discomfort or defensiveness. By tuning into these signals, you can better understand their feelings and respond with empathy. Practicing empathy also involves asking open-ended questions that invite deeper sharing. Instead of saying, "Are you okay?" try asking, "How are you feeling about what happened?" This encourages the other person to express themselves more fully and allows you to connect with their emotions on a deeper level. When they share their thoughts, avoid jumping in with solutions or advice immediately. Instead, allow them to express their feelings fully before offering support. Reflecting on your own experiences can enhance your ability to empathize with others. Think about times when you faced challenges or emotional struggles. By recalling these experiences, you can tap into your own feelings of vulnerability and use that understanding to relate to someone else's situation. This self-reflection creates a bridge of connection that fosters compassion and encourages you to respond with kindness. Compassionate responses are also essential when someone shares their struggles with you. After actively listening, consider how you can offer support. This could be as simple as saying, "I'm here for you," or "Is there anything I can do to help?" These gestures convey that you care and are willing to assist, which can be incredibly comforting to someone in distress. Practicing self-compassion is equally important. Just as we extend empathy and compassion to others, we must also learn to treat ourselves with kindness. Recognize that it is okay to experience difficult emotions and that everyone faces challenges. When you make a mistake or encounter a setback, instead of being harsh on yourself, approach yourself with understanding. Say to yourself, "I'm human, and it's okay to struggle." This self-compassion fosters resilience and enables you to extend the same kindness to others. Another way to cultivate empathy and compassion is through volunteer work or acts of service. Engaging in community service allows you to connect with individuals from diverse backgrounds and experiences. By actively participating in the lives of others, you gain a broader perspective on their challenges and triumphs. This exposure fosters gratitude for your circumstances while deepening your understanding of others' struggles. Acts of service, no matter how small, can create ripples of positivity in both your life and the lives of those you help. Mindfulness practices can enhance your capacity for empathy and compassion. When you practice mindfulness, you become more attuned to your own thoughts and emotions, which allows you to recognize when you may be projecting your feelings onto others. Mindfulness encourages you to approach interactions with an open heart and a non-judgmental mindset, creating space for empathy to flourish. Remember that practicing empathy and compassion is a continuous journey. It requires ongoing reflection, effort, and a willingness to learn from experiences. There will be times when you struggle to empathize or when you feel overwhelmed by the suffering of others. In these moments, take a step back and acknowledge your feelings. It is perfectly natural to experience compassion fatigue, especially in challenging times. Give yourself permission to rest and recharge, and seek support when needed. Practicing empathy and compassion is a transformative journey that enriches both our lives and the lives of those around us. By developing active listening skills, reflecting on our own experiences, offering compassionate responses, and engaging in acts of service, we can cultivate a deeper connection with ourselves and others. As we embrace empathy and compassion, we not only enhance our emotional resilience, but also contribute to a more understanding and supportive world. Remember that every small act of kindness counts, and by fostering these qualities, we can create a positive ripple effect that extends far beyond ourselves. Chapter 13. Taking responsibility for reactions. Taking responsibility for our reactions is a fundamental aspect of emotional intelligence and personal growth. In a world filled with unpredictability and challenge, it's easy to slip into a mindset of blame or victimhood, attributing our emotional responses to external circumstances or other people. However, true empowerment comes from recognizing that we hold the power to choose how we react, regardless of the situations we face. This chapter explores the importance of owning our reactions, practical strategies for doing so, and the profound impact this mindset shift can have on our emotional well-being. The first step in taking responsibility for our reactions is to cultivate self-awareness. This involves recognizing our emotional triggers and understanding how they influence our responses. When we become aware of the situations that provoke strong emotional reactions, such as anger, anxiety, or sadness, we empower ourselves to respond thoughtfully rather than react impulsively. Consider keeping a journal to document your emotional experiences. Reflect on situations where you felt overwhelmed or reactive, and explore the thoughts and beliefs that accompanied those feelings. Ask yourself questions like, what was the situation? How did I react? What emotions did I feel? By analyzing these moments, you can gain valuable insights into your behavioral patterns and begin to understand how your responses affect your life and relationships. Another essential aspect of taking responsibility is recognizing the distinction between reacting and responding. When we react, we often do so instinctively, driven by emotions and impulses. This can lead to regrettable outcomes, such as hurtful words, impulsive decisions, or damaged relationships. In contrast, responding involves pausing to consider our feelings and the situation before acting. This thoughtful approach allows us to align our responses with our values and intentions, leading to more constructive outcomes. Practicing mindfulness can significantly enhance your ability to pause before reacting. Mindfulness encourages you to observe your thoughts and feelings without judgment, creating space between stimulus and response. When you feel strong emotions arising, take a moment to breathe deeply and check in with yourself. Ask, what am I feeling right now? Why am I feeling this way? This simple practice fosters self-awareness and empowers you to choose your response consciously. Another powerful tool for taking responsibility is to shift your mindset from one of blame to one of accountability. When faced with challenging situations, it can be tempting to point fingers at others or external circumstances. Instead, ask yourself, what part did I play in this situation? How can I take ownership of my feelings and responses? This shift in perspective not only fosters personal growth, but also cultivates resilience. It helps you recognize that while you may not have control over external events, you do have control over how you respond to them. Engaging in self-reflection after difficult situations is another effective strategy for taking responsibility. After an emotional encounter, take time to reflect on your reactions. Consider how your responses aligned with your values and goals. Did your actions contribute positively to the situation, or did they lead to further conflict? Use this reflection as an opportunity for growth rather than self-criticism. Acknowledge your mistakes, learn from them, and commit to responding differently in the future. It's also important to practice self-compassion during this process. Taking responsibility for your reactions doesn't mean you need to be harsh on yourself. Understand that everyone makes mistakes and has moments of reactivity. Approach yourself with kindness and forgiveness, recognizing that growth is a journey that involves learning from both successes and setbacks. Developing strong communication skills is vital for taking responsibility for your reactions, especially in interpersonal relationships. When conflicts arise, instead of becoming defensive or reactive, practice expressing your feelings and needs assertively. Use I statements to communicate your emotions without blaming others. For example, say, "I feel hurt when my opinions are dismissed," instead of, "You never listen to me." This approach fosters constructive dialogue and encourages mutual understanding. Embrace the idea of personal growth as an ongoing process. Taking responsibility for your reactions is not a one-time effort, but a continuous journey. Each experience offers an opportunity to learn and grow. By consistently reflecting on your responses and striving to improve, you cultivate emotional resilience and empower yourself to navigate challenges with grace. Taking responsibility for our reactions is a transformative practice that enhances our emotional intelligence and personal growth. By cultivating self-awareness, distinguishing between reacting and responding, practicing mindfulness, and embracing accountability, we empower ourselves to navigate life's challenges thoughtfully. Remember that growth takes time and effort, and it's essential to approach yourself with compassion along the way. As you commit to this journey of responsibility, you will find greater emotional freedom and a deeper sense of control over your life and relationships. Chapter 14. Embracing imperfections and mistakes. In our pursuit of personal growth and success, we often hold ourselves to impossibly high standards, fearing that any deviation from perfection reflects inadequacy. However, embracing imperfections and mistakes is a vital aspect of emotional resilience and personal development. This chapter explores the importance of accepting our flaws, learning from our missteps, and cultivating a mindset that celebrates the beauty of imperfection. To begin with, it's essential to recognize that perfection is an unattainable ideal. No one is perfect, and everyone makes mistakes. This is an inherent part of being human. When we set ourselves up to achieve perfection, we set ourselves on a path toward disappointment and frustration. Instead, we should strive for progress and growth. Embracing the notion that it's okay to be imperfect allows us to cultivate a more compassionate relationship with ourselves. A key step in embracing imperfections is to shift our perspective on failure. Instead of viewing mistakes as shortcomings, consider them as opportunities for growth and learning. Each misstep provides valuable lessons that contribute to our development. For instance, if you stumble in a presentation, rather than dwelling on the embarrassment, ask yourself, what can I learn from this experience? How can I improve next time? This shift in mindset transforms failure from a source of shame into a valuable teacher. Practicing self-compassion is also crucial in this journey. When we make mistakes or fall short of our expectations, we often engage in harsh self-criticism. This inner dialogue can be detrimental to our emotional well-being and prevent us from learning from our experiences. Instead, practice self-compassion by treating yourself with the same kindness you would offer a friend. Remind yourself that it's natural to make mistakes and that you are worthy of understanding and forgiveness. One effective way to foster self-compassion is to reflect on the common humanity we all share. Recognize that everyone faces challenges and makes mistakes. You are not alone in your struggles. When you feel overwhelmed by imperfections, remind yourself that these experiences are part of the human condition. This perspective fosters a sense of connection and understanding, helping to alleviate feelings of isolation. In addition to cultivating self-compassion, consider reframing your internal dialogue around imperfections. Instead of using negative language such as "I failed" or "I'm not good enough," try to reframe your thoughts to be more constructive. For example, say, "I encountered a setback, but I am learning and growing from this experience." This shift in language helps to rewire your brain to view mistakes as part of the journey, rather than as reflections of your worth. Moreover, it can be beneficial to share your imperfections and mistakes with trusted friends or family members. Vulnerability can be a powerful tool for connection. When you open up about your struggles, you may find that others have faced similar challenges. This shared experience fosters a sense of belonging and reinforces the idea that imperfections are a universal part of life. You might even discover that by discussing your mistakes, you gain new insights or perspectives that can aid in your growth. Another strategy for embracing imperfections is to set realistic expectations for yourself. Instead of aiming for perfection in every aspect of your life, identify specific areas where you can focus your energy and attention. By setting achievable goals, you allow yourself the freedom to make mistakes along the way. Celebrate your progress, no matter how small, and recognize that growth is a gradual process. Practicing gratitude can help shift your focus from imperfections to appreciation. Take time each day to reflect on the things you value about yourself, your journey, and your experiences. Gratitude encourages a positive mindset and helps you recognize the beauty in your imperfections. It allows you to celebrate your strengths while acknowledging the areas where you can grow. Embrace the idea that life is a journey, not a destination. The pursuit of perfection often leads to a narrow focus on outcomes, overshadowing the importance of the experiences we encounter along the way. By embracing imperfections, you open yourself up to the richness of life's experiences, including the lessons learned from failures, the joy found in small victories, and the connections forged through shared struggles. Embracing imperfections and mistakes is a vital aspect of emotional resilience and personal growth. By shifting your perspective on failure, practicing self-compassion, reframing your internal dialogue, and sharing your experiences with others, you empower yourself to navigate life's challenges with grace. Remember that perfection is not the goal. Progress and growth are what truly matter. Embrace your imperfections as a source of strength, and you will find that they contribute to the unique and beautiful tapestry of your life. Chapter 15. Developing a growth mindset. A growth mindset is a transformative perspective that embraces challenges, values effort, and sees failures as opportunities for learning and development. Coined by psychologist Carol Dweck, The concept of a growth mindset contrasts sharply with a fixed mindset, where individuals believe their abilities and intelligence are static and unchangeable. Embracing a growth mindset is essential for emotional resilience and personal growth, as it empowers us to navigate life's challenges with confidence and adaptability. This chapter explores the principles of a growth mindset, practical strategies for cultivating this perspective, and the profound impact it can have on our lives. At the heart of a growth mindset is the belief that our abilities and intelligence can be developed through dedication, hard work, and perseverance. This perspective encourages us to view challenges not as obstacles, but as opportunities for growth. When faced with setbacks, individuals with a growth mindset ask themselves, "What can I learn from this experience?" rather than succumbing to feelings of defeat or inadequacy. One effective way to cultivate a growth mindset is to embrace challenges with enthusiasm. Rather than avoiding difficult tasks or situations, seek them out as opportunities to expand your skills and knowledge. For instance, if you are apprehensive about taking on a challenging project at work, remind yourself that tackling it will help you learn new skills and gain valuable experience. Adopting this proactive approach not only boosts your confidence, but also reinforces the belief that you are capable of growth. Another crucial element of developing a growth mindset is the practice of setting learning goals instead of performance goals. While performance goals focus on outcomes, such as achieving a specific grade or winning a competition, learning goals prioritize the process of acquiring knowledge and skills. For example, instead of setting a goal to get an A on the test, frame it as, "I want to understand the material thoroughly." This shift encourages a focus on the journey of learning, fostering resilience in the face of challenges and setbacks. Feedback is another important aspect of cultivating a growth mindset. Instead of viewing feedback as criticism, embrace it as a valuable tool for improvement. When receiving feedback, reflect on how you can use it to enhance your skills and knowledge. This perspective transforms feedback from a source of anxiety into an opportunity for growth. Engage in open discussions with mentors, peers, or supervisors, seeking constructive feedback that can guide your development. In addition to seeking feedback, it's essential to develop a positive relationship with failure. Acknowledging that mistakes are a natural part of the learning process allows you to navigate setbacks with grace. When you encounter failure, practice self-reflection to identify what you can learn from the experience. Ask yourself questions such as, "What went wrong?" and "How can I approach this differently next time?" By viewing failure as a stepping stone to success, you cultivate resilience and a commitment to continuous improvement. Surrounding yourself with a growth-oriented environment can also reinforce a growth mindset. Seek out communities, friendships, and mentors that encourage learning, exploration, and experimentation. Engaging with individuals who share a growth mindset can inspire you to adopt similar beliefs and behaviors. Participate in discussions that emphasize effort, perseverance, and the value of learning from experiences. This supportive environment fosters a culture of growth and encourages everyone to strive for improvement. Practicing self-compassion is also vital in developing a growth mindset. When faced with challenges or failures, treat yourself with kindness and understanding. Acknowledge that everyone encounters obstacles and it's okay to feel disappointed or frustrated. Instead of engaging in harsh self-criticism, remind yourself that setbacks are part of the learning process. By practicing self-compassion, you create a safe space to learn from your experiences without the fear of judgment. Cultivating curiosity and a love for learning can significantly enhance your growth mindset. Embrace a mindset of exploration, seeking new knowledge and experiences. Challenge yourself to step outside your comfort zone by trying new activities, pursuing new interests, or enrolling in courses that pique your curiosity. This willingness to learn and explore fosters a deeper understanding of the world around you and reinforces the belief that growth is always possible. Remember that developing a growth mindset is a lifelong journey. It requires ongoing effort, reflection, and adaptability. Embrace the idea that growth is not a destination, but an ongoing process. Celebrate your progress, no matter how small, and recognize that every step you take contributes to your personal development. Developing a growth mindset is a powerful and transformative practice that enhances our emotional resilience and personal growth. By embracing challenges, prioritizing learning over performance, seeking feedback, and cultivating self-compassion, we empower ourselves to navigate life's ups and downs with confidence and adaptability. As you commit to this journey, remember that growth is an ongoing process, and every experience offers an opportunity for learning and development. Embrace your journey with an open heart and mind, and you will find that the possibilities for growth are limitless. As we conclude our exploration of the power of not reacting, it's essential to reflect on the profound impact that emotional mastery can have on our lives. The journey toward controlling our emotions and cultivating a more mindful existence is not merely about suppressing feelings or avoiding discomfort. Rather, it is about understanding, embracing, and channeling our emotions constructively. Throughout this journey, we have delved into various essential concepts, including the importance of recognizing emotional triggers, practicing mindfulness, and developing self-awareness. Each of these elements serves as a building block for emotional resilience, empowering us to navigate life's challenges with grace and intention. By learning to create a pause between stimulus and response, we grant ourselves the opportunity to respond thoughtfully rather than react impulsively, leading to healthier relationships and improved well-being. We explored the significance of empathy and compassion, both toward ourselves and others. Recognizing our shared humanity fosters connections that enrich our lives and create supportive environments. By embracing our imperfections and mistakes, we allow ourselves to grow and learn from our experiences, transforming setbacks into valuable lessons. The development of a growth mindset is another critical takeaway from this exploration. By viewing challenges as opportunities for growth and learning, we cultivate resilience and adaptability, enabling us to thrive in an ever-changing world. This mindset shift encourages us to celebrate progress over perfection and to approach life with curiosity and openness. The power of not reacting lies in our ability to choose how we engage with our emotions and the world around us. It is a journey that requires commitment, patience, and practice, but the rewards are profound. As we learn to navigate our emotional landscape with awareness and intention, we unlock the potential for deeper connections, greater peace, and a more fulfilling life. Remember, every moment is an opportunity to practice these skills. Embrace the journey of self-discovery and allow yourself the grace to grow. As you move forward, may you carry with you the knowledge that you have the power to not only control your reactions, but also to shape your emotional reality, leading to a life filled with purpose, resilience, and joy. If you found this content valuable, don't forget to subscribe to Echoes of Empowerment for more insights and guidance on your journey toward emotional mastery and personal growth. Together, let's empower ourselves to live our best lives.